Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. It is Monday, the 9th of August, and we are in New Brunswick. And I just want to introduce you to, this is Obelix. He is about 3 years old. He's a very handsome boy. Sophie! And this is Sophie! And she's about 11 years old, and she's just a precious little girl and loves to be pet. And we went for a nice long walk. Puppies! There they are, you can see them. So I just thought I'd give you guys a very special treat and introduce you to Dominique and Paul's furry babies. And this is just looking outside. We went for a nice long walk here today. So I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be up at the cottage. This is Boomer Girl Walking, signing off.
Hi, this is Boomer Girl Walking's husband. She's feeling a little bit under the weather, so she's roped me into introducing you to where we are in New Brunswick. We're in Shediac, and as the sign says somewhere, this is a home of the world's largest lobster, which you can see right up there, and we're gonna get closer and get a better view of it. It looks like a big tourist attraction, although this is a pretty small town. There's the sign, en anglais et français. And there is that, the world's largest lobster. Doesn't look very appetizing. Shediac is a town on the north shore of New Brunswick, along the Northumberland Strait. And this water here, I don't know what it is called or anything, but it goes out to the Northumberland Strait. The rear end of that beautiful, the world's biggest lobster. I'm sure you've all been anxious to see this. Gorgeous summer's day in New Brunswick. The breeze is a little, you probably can hear it on the microphone, but it's And there's Boomer Girl walking right on camera. So maybe she's feeling a little bit better.
Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, the 14th of August. We are in New Brunswick, and right now we are crossing over to Minister's Island. David is driving, and the really cool thing about what I'm filming at the moment is you can see just perhaps a little bit of moisture on the ground, and you see this rugged road. And excuse all the bug splatter on the windshield. But this you can only cross during low tide. And yeah, because the water will cover where we're driving right now in about, about 8 hours, 5 hours? So this is just so cool, and I thought to film this to show you guys, and I certainly hope that you can see. Now the camera probably won't pick it up, but there is water just beyond where I'm angling. You can maybe see some sparkling. Maybe over there, love. We don't want to get stuck, that's for sure. Probably would be better to have a... Okay, we're back live.
We got stuck for a bit.
We did get sort of pseudo stuck. So we thought we'd shut the camera off so you didn't hear what choice words we may be using. That's not for the ears of the public. And there's a little puppy right there. Yeah, I've got my eye on him, babe. Look at how you can see, I don't know if you guys can see the fog. This is so cool. I'm wondering, because I don't have the gimbal on, because or attached to the camera, because the battery of the camera was super low, so we're charging it as we are filming. So I'm hoping. Okay, wait, hang on a second, love. I don't know, babe. I just ooh, oi. Would hate to get stuck here. I wonder how often that happens. So there's a sign there that says game preserve. That's cool. Okay, we have just crossed the ocean by car. How many people can say that? We have crossed water by car. All right, folks, I am going to turn off the camera and we will pick up a little later. We are actually staying in St. Andrews, New Brunswick, and we are going to film the main street when we get back from our little trip here to Minister's Island. So we'll see you soon.
Hi, this is Boomer Girl Walking's husband. We're leaving the summer residence. I'll get that truck out of the way. The summer residence of William Van Horn, Sir William Van Horn, who was the architect and main builder of the Canadian Pacific Railway. Essentially, he united the country from coast to coast and drove the last spike. And this island, as Bumper Girl Walking said earlier, is separated from the mainland by a sandbar. And the sandbar is, you know, for 12 hours of the day is covered with water. And we're leaving the island about half an hour before the tide will come in and obliterate the roadway. And you can see all these cars are leaving. And on the other shore is St. Andrews, New Brunswick.
Okay guys, cool. These are 4 deer hanging out here in someone's front yard. You can see they're grazing on the grass. We were just driving by and we thought, hey, we're just going to stop and you can have a look. I hope you can see them. But this is pretty typical in St. Andrews by the Sea. The deer come in and graze wherever they can. Now, the camera may not pick it up, but the house there in the foreground, or in the background rather, you'll see, you may not be able to see, but there is fencing all around the shrubs around the front door. So they have a little garden there with shrubs and flowers. So the fencing is up there for the deer, so the deer don't get in and eat all their pretty flowers and shrubs. But isn't that the coolest thing? Those deer? They're just so gorgeous. Okay, folks. Just thought we would add this in, and this hopefully will be spliced in to the New Brunswick video. See you later. Hi everyone. This is just another part of our video that we are recording today on Saturday, the 14th of August. We are at St. Andrews by the Sea, and we're on Water Street, and the cross street is Ernest Street. Water Street in St. Andrews is sort of the main drag, and this part here is sort of mostly residential and B&Bs, but we're going to head into where all the action is momentarily. There goes my husband. There's my husband David on his bike. So he's been cycling, and I've been doing a little bit of shopping. Typically when we go away, I pick up like a dishcloth and a fridge magnet, those little mementos that we have posted on our fridge, you know, holding up pictures. So I like to acquire some little pieces like that from time to time, and from some of the places that we visit. It's getting pretty crowded on that fridge. Well, it's actually not on the fridge, but anyhow, it's sort of a collage that we have. Anyway, so you can see some of the beautiful homes here. Now, the residential, it's just beyond this main street, Water Street. So most of the homes are to the east here. You can see Silver Street. You can't really see the houses, but that's where the residential is. And then here is the water. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. Now, if you see here, these cedar trees are surrounded by fencing. The reason for that is there's a lot of that actually in town, maybe not so much on Water Street, the main street, but up in the residential area. There's a lot of that fencing around flower beds and shrubs and trees, because there's a lot of deer that come into town, and they like to feed themselves on some of the trees and certainly on the flowers. So a lot of the residents here have that fencing, and there are some beautiful gardens that are all fenced in people, you know, on people's property. And so we have seen several of the deer, and they are not afraid of humans, which is unfortunate, because you don't ever want wildlife. You don't ever want to befriend wildlife, and it's not so much because it's, you know, everybody likes to do that type of thing, be friendly with animals, but wildlife is a different sort. They need to remain wild and not become accustomed to human contact, because what can happen is they can, and I hate to use this word, but they can be considered pests by some people. So if they keep coming around, they might damage property, and then what happens to the animal is then they can be exterminated, and that is not what we want. So we need to preserve our wildlife by not befriending them and not feeding them. So I'm not sure how this video is going to work, because we have done a few videos and we're going to maybe try and splice them together. I'm not sure how it's going to work. We just were at Minister's Island earlier today, and Minister's Island used to be occupied by Van Horn. What was his first name? I forget. Anyhow, it will be mentioned at some point in this video, or video attached to this one. He essentially brought the railway system through Canada and helped connect Canada transportation-wise. And he had like an island, and we went to his summer home on the island, which was grand. It had 50 rooms and 11 bathrooms, and massive and huge stables. The property was huge. The ocean front that belonged to them was huge. The opulence was actually rather grotesque, to be honest. Anyhow, we were there, and it's separated from the mainland by a sandbar, and it you can cross it twice a day, every 12 hours before the high tide comes in. I just want to point out this beautiful house across the street here. Hopefully you can see it. It looks like a private residence, and it just is so, I think, just so beautiful. Really nice. A nice house. Grocery store across the street there. It looks like a Loblaws. It's called Independent, but the logo looks like a Loblaws logo. Bay of Fundy Real Estate. And there's a lot of merchants on this street. There's a lot to shop. It's like a sort of like a shopping destination. There's, you know, the typical tourist stuff that you can buy, like I did, a fridge magnet. Very exciting. But there's restaurants. There's also some beautiful wares, pottery, knitwear, like hand done. Really, really nice. Gift shop. So this would, you know, have some pretty typical touristy stuff, I would think. Didn't go in there, but I went into pottery shop and some artists, and there's a few artisan shops that I went in looking for something unique. So it's called Market Square in here. You can take cruises. People go whale watching from here. Sorry about that, folks. So I wanted to film where we were staying when we were more inland with friends in their cottage. But the problem was they had a big big dump of rain days earlier. So the mosquitoes were out in hordes. It was an attack on humans. So we were being eaten alive. So I couldn't really film the grounds because it was so, so beautiful. I don't know what's going on with this camera. David was experiencing some challenges as well with the camera, so it's not just the user, because he's better technology-wise than I am. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is. So hopefully this doesn't keep acting up. But that could be a good thing, because maybe I'll get a camera that has a zoom. But I can't justify that at the moment. Well, that was unexpected. A little injection of some folk music. So now we're at Water Street and William Street. It's also labeled the historic part of town. So as you may have noticed, there's not any tall buildings here. Maybe 3-story max. Ooh, yummy. That guy's got a really nice, yummy ice cream cone. Oh, what I did last night was, so we came in yesterday, and there's a candy store up here, just right up here. I'm trying to focus in on it where it says Fresh Fudge, and you can see the exterior is like a light blue and a pink color. Spent 15 minutes in there and $36 just on candy. I bought a basket full of like all kinds of different gummies. Licorice, root beer, all different flavors is what I mean. And then I bought a big slab of brittle. And I bought some hard candy, root beer flavor. And that's so I was eating that as we were walking along this main street. And then I had dinner. Then we went back to our room and I had more candy. I have to say, I didn't feel great this morning, but you know what? That's the price you pay for a delicious meal, should I say? Yeah, candy should be part of, it should be a food group unto itself. It should be promoted. It should be injected with some nutrients, I think, just to kind of make it easier to sell to the mainstream as far as incorporating it into everyone's diet. Yeah. It is, I've got a lot of candy. Now, we've just gotten off the main piece of Water Street, and what I mean by that is all the shops are pretty much, we've passed. And these places here are commercial, like cottages, guest cottages, B&Bs, some hotels, inns. But it's just beautiful here. It's so beautiful and the weather is gorgeous. When we were in Charlottetown, I didn't film because we were cycling with friends, so I didn't film, but in Charlottetown we stopped at a craft store, like an artisan craft store, and where they actually did all their weaving in-house. and we all bought something. I bought a really good sweater for the fall. David, of course, you know, is not into buying anything for himself. So, but one of the guys bought a sweater, and somebody else bought blankets and a baby outfit for a grandchild. And yeah, everybody pretty much bought something. Yeah, and they do all, you know, you can almost custom order what you want. And so I had to get mine altered a little bit. It was a little bit too big. So they're altering it, and then they're shipping it to me. And it was like a steal of a deal. Steal of a deal. I'm going to see, yeah, I think I'm going to continue down Water Street here a little bit. And here comes my husband. Okay, hi everyone, we are back. We are right now at the far end of Water Street. So this is a federal actually park. It's the St. Andrews Blockhouse National Historic Site. As it says right here, part of Parks Canada, diverse and ever-growing system of national parks, national historic sites, and national marine conservation areas. So we're going to go up to the these cannon scabs back in the day. Let's see what it says. It's 3 o'clock New Brunswick time on the 14th of August. St. Andrews citizens step up in 1812. Oh, there's a wedding happening here, folks. Oh, David just pointed out there's a wedding happening here. You can see the groomsmen. And there's some music. Now it looks like the groomsmen are there, but it doesn't look like all the guests are there yet. Can't see anything yet. Hopefully maybe we'll do a bit of a walk around, and then we'll come back and we can see if we can see the bride, because yeah, it's always nice looking at brides because they're always so beautiful. And groomsmen look good too, you know, but nothing like a wedding dress to look at. And then my humble opinion, of course. All right, look at this coastline. How amazing. Not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but there's all kinds of little boats, like private boats, anchored out there. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Yesterday we walked down that pier, and that pier is for all the commercial. There's like parking spots for people that work there, and there's, you know, all kinds of reserved parking spots. We saw several for Captain so-and-so and Captain so-and-so. So yeah, they get first dibs on best parking to hop onto their boats. So cool. Look how beautiful, so beautiful. There's my husband. Hi, David. He's not gonna like that too much. He's a bit camera shy. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can walk out along this gravel walkway here. The sun's right in my eyes. Now, when we were in the car, David had to put his bike back up on the bike rack on the car, and it said that it was 23 out. But I have to tell you, it feels like it's 33. There's a mild breeze. It's hot. It is hot. Oh, I think there's some steps here I can go down. How steep are they? Oh no, doable. This is not like the best. Imagine living in one of these houses right along the water. Wow. And to look out at that every morning, every evening. Yeah, I'm sure these are pretty pricey, these homes along here. So we are still in St. Andrews by the Sea. They're doing good business out here, thank goodness. I've spoken to some of the merchants and they are very happy with how things are opening up and how many people are actually coming out, which is fabulous. So it's easy walkings here for most people, I would think. I don't think you get a wheelchair through here comfortably, or I don't think it'd be very comfortable if you weren't very mobile, but it's pretty flat. Now, those structures that I'm pointing towards, those are commercial. Those are B&Bs and hotels, that kind of thing. But I'm pretty sure these are all private homes right here. Walking right into the sun. I am all slathered up with sunscreen, but I'm not wearing a hat. Should be. Got my sunglasses on, that's a good thing. Oh man, it's so nice out here to have like a home out here. Wow. Right on the ocean. Bay of Fundy. Well, here we are up close and personal with the water. Dogs in the water. It probably feels good. Probably feels really good because it's hot. Now there is a breeze, so it does temper the heat a bit, which is a good thing, of course. That's cute. Cooling off in the water. That's the right idea, puppy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So a few generations ago, my husband's family used to come out to St. Andrews by the Sea during the summer. It was his great-grandfather's time. So it's not totally foreign, but this is actually the first time that my husband's been out here, so it was nice for him to sort of see where his ancestors vacationed. so nice out here. No pretense. And just speaking of being on St. Andrews by the Sea, so we are across the water from Maine, the state of Maine. Or, is it a state? Forgive my ignorance, folks. Wow, so we're right here, as far as we can go. Yeah, this is the end of the line. Pretty cool. Now, I think that is Maine across the way, but I'm a bit out of sorts with my directions right now, so I'm not sure, but I know that when we were at Minister's Island, I think David may have mentioned that across the way was Maine. I'm not sure if that is across the way, not where you can see those trees, but beyond that, I'm not sure if that's Maine or still or not. Anyhow, my camera seems to be having a bit of an attitude again, so I am going to turn it off, and this concludes our venture to New Brunswick. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that we're able to put it all together and it was okay, it wasn't too chopped up. So hopefully this will be posted, I would say, in about a week, because we still have a bit of road tripping to do. We're going to be heading to Quebec City tomorrow, and then we are going home. So we're at least a few days away from being able to upload this onto YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me. I certainly hope that you enjoyed the video, as choppy as it may be. But again, thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing. And this is Boomer Girl Walking, signing off.